Well, well. Good day, everybody. So, the community is in a little bit of a tizzy. Yeah, two things. Oh boy. So, Jedi Knight, Reality Scoot Gamers, we got a Ranger Ant, which was awesome. He went on a, whew, yeah, he's not pleased. And then we got Arnold and Mobile Gamer. They're not impressed. And then we got Cubs fan Han. He's calling for. He's not actually calling for a spending ban, but he's not impressed. What do I think? I don't. I don't really care. This event is so exclusive. Well, we'll get to that. So first of all, what is awesome is we are getting Amelin, Holdo's, Raddus. Okay, these synergies, don't even forget about them. They're going to add another resistant ship, and it's going to have synergies with those four resistant ships. And Bosk, because you put Bosk everywhere. I had my Amelin Holdo Gear 12 with the Zeta ever since the Sith raid, because I ran her briefly in P1. She was my P1 team. And I would only get like 3 million back in the day, but we needed a P1 team. So I have her almost ready to go. She's got all her left side pieces already. We just got to finish her off. And this ship is going to be awesome, I think. It's going to be fun. The problem is, where is the kit? Here we go. The problem is that it's getting released kind of like how Akbar was initially. Akbar and Mace and Tarkin, their events run, I think, once a month where you get 15 shards if you complete their mission. Now, those three characters, we got, I think to believe it was enough shards to unlock the ship right away, right off the bat. Not so with this. I haven't seen these animations. So these are pretty good. Target ally gains 20% turn meter and foresight, so that'll be nice. Now, who to call that on? Turn meter, probably want Poe, I'm guessing, just because he hits the hardest, he's your damage dealer. You'd want to give Anakin turn meter, right? And his call to assist, yeah, you're going to be calling Poe. Poe's going to be the big hitter. If the assisting ally is resistance, which he will be, exposed to target enemy for 2 turns. That's cool. Expose. And then special 1, recharge deflectors. Target ally gains tenacity up. Okay. And deflector shield for 2 turns. Tenacity up, so what? What's not going to be able to land? Breach, target lock, that good stuff. The tenacity up right now, I could leave it, but deflector shield is kind of nice for 2 turns and 50% turn meter. So again, call Poe. Give it to Poe. Recover 25% protection, so 50% protection for resistance allies, and gain more foresight for 2 turns. So yeah, if we can keep Poe with foresight, he's going to be up for a while. Special 2, outlast. So basic calls an ally to resist, gives them foresight and turn meter. The second one gives no turn meter, but gives that deflector shield buff. Special 2 is a debuff or is a dispel, and then all allies gain protection up for 2 turns. They recover 50% protection and they gain 20% turn meter. So this ship's turning out to be kind of like a defensive ship, I would assume. It's giving everyone foresight and protection. This is another one you might want to chuck on defense. So like, how kind of GK is the defense ship and Malevolence is the offense ship. I'm guessing that it's going to be the same thing here, where the Raddus is the defensive ship and the what's Hux's called? The Finalizer is going to be the offense ship. All resistance allies, as well as getting protection and turn meter, gain the deflector shield for 2 turns, which gives them another 25% protection. So they're going to be getting 75% protection, or no, 100% protection, because it's doubled for resistance. And more foresight. So, phew. All allies gain protection up, recover 50% protection, and 20% turn meter. All resistance, yeah, because they get deflector shield. So giving them foresight, more protection. So basic's going to be an attack. Special 1, special 2 are basically buffs and regenerative capacity abilities. And then special 3, hold a maneuver. Oh, wait, I want to see this. Ooh, look at the debris coming out. Let's see that again. And ba-boom! That's kind of cool. Alright, that's gonna... I don't like how that's gonna take a long time. That's gonna suck a lot of time off the clock. So again, good for defensive ship though, right? As soon as it gets to that, it's gonna peel some time off of your opponent. If no enemy, this doesn't matter. Dispel all debuffs on all allies and gain 100% turn meter. So basically resets them so they can go. Because now you don't have capital ship, right? Inflict healing immunity and buff immunity on all enemies. Sacrifice the Raddus, and then call a random reinforcement. So I'm wondering, for how I read this, is that if you have reinforcements on the bench, you're only going to get one of them. Because it's your capital ship that calls your reinforcements, right? So you better have all your ships out on the field before this capital ship kills itself. Because you're only getting one person you got on the bench. This ability can't be evaded. Yes. Starts on cooldown. Well, you know what? But it also kills the enemy's capital ship. So they're also not getting those reinforcements. So you're going to get fully healed, 100% turn meter. You're going to get another ship on the field. So that could put you in a really good place. This ability can't be evaded, so it's on a 10 turn cooldown, I do believe, and its cooldown is reduced by 1 each time a resistance ally with foresight, which is going to be a lot of them, uses a special ability. Is this a 10? 10, yeah, so this is going to get off fairly quick, actually. Unique. Stay the course. Final text. Resistance allies deal 40% more damage. Oof, that's good. And 75% max protection. That's good. Yeah, this is definitely a defensive fleet. At the start of battle, resistance allies, so they start with deflector shield and crit hit immunity. Yeah, this is all defense buffs. I'm reading this as purely as this is the one you want to put on defense. Whenever a resistance ally loses foresight, they gain evasion up and protection up. So, wow, more protection. It's nuts. When Raddus uses the hold maneuver, so more, this should be maybe under the hold maneuver, they gain advantage, tenacity up, and more deflector shield. On top of the dispel all debuffs and 100% turn meter. Reinforcement bonus. Reinforcements gain stealth. And if the reinforcement is a resistance ally, they gain more deflector shield. So yeah, that looks really cool. So right now, they're calling for Poe for reinforcement. So if Poe comes off the bench, he's going to get stealth for 3 turns. That's it. It's just stealth and deflector shield. I almost want him up front. Like, you know how we always thought we thought we were going to be pulling Anakin's Starfighter off the bench and Ahsoka, but it turns out they're up front. I'm thinking, given that Poe, well, once he comes off the bench, though, he's still getting this 40% more damage and stuff, and then he's going to be able to use his special. So yeah, Poe might want to come off the bench. So who would you start with? You want Bosk and Resistance Pilot probably up front. But you almost want Rey coming off the bench too, because to get her reinforcement ability. It's going to be interesting. Hopefully we get one more Resistance Pilot that we can have up front with Houndstooth. So I like this ship. The problem is, let's see if we can go back here. Well, I think it's in the content update here. Nope. Anyway, the ship. So the ship, they're going to launch the event today. We're going to be able to unlock it, but then we're only going to get it 1 or 2 times a month, the event, which gives 10 shards. Now, at say at 20 shards, we're going to need, 250. At 20 shards a month, that's still, a year. So this is going to be a ship that you could probably whale out on a little bit, because the Akbar event, or the Akbar Tarkin Mace events, you can refresh it for a hefty amount of crystals. You're going to want to refresh it as much as possible. Having this ship is going to be awesome for your GACs. I think, well, it's going to affect TW. You're going to plop Raddus and GK down on defense, and then have Malevolence, which I know I'm unlocking Malevolence here shortly. Get Malevolence as your offensive ship, Rebels as your offensive ship, and Finalizer as your offensive ship. Nice. So people are ticked off that they're releasing this ship and you're not going to be able to get it free to play for a long time, but you're just going to have to save up your crystals every week and use your crystals on refreshes. You get it. Maybe you can cut that down to 6 months, which, it sounds like forever, but we also thought the gas farm was going to take forever, and now we all have it, and we'll forget about it pretty quickly. Right now is a big uproar, but people will calm down. But another capital ship, it's nice, and it looks cool. I like the way this ship looks. I was really worried that they'd make it look exactly like the home one, but yeah, that's nice. Brand new Mon Calamari ship. Alright, now let's get into what people are really ticked off about. Not this, don't care. Oh, right here. The new batch of requirements for Galactic Legend Rey and Kylo Ren. So I'm a little bit taken aback by Rey Scavenger at Relic 7, but it is what it is. Resistance Pilot Relic 3. Okay, she's a pilot. You're gonna want her with your fleet anyway. Like, we all have Ahsoka. We all have Clone Sergeant. Everyone relicked Clone Sergeant, and there was no uproar because his ship was good, right? So we're gonna want to relic Resistance Pilot anyway. Poe Dameron. Why are people ticked off? We gotta take him to Relic 5. He's the best ship for Resistance, so we're gonna want him relic. So get over Resistance Pilot and Poe Dameron. You guys were gonna relic them anyway. Rey, that one sucks. But I've been discussing this. So I was one of those foolish people that put my old Finn Zeta back on immediately. But that leadership, his new leadership, grants 60% increased offense to allies. I can't remember off the top of my head if it's only resistance, but 60% offense. You know what Rey Scavenger Relic 7 is going to do to people with a boosted 60% offense? She is going to be another Jedi Knight Anakin. People don't want to relic her, but I think people are going to be pleased with her. And so no, I already have my old Finn and my Resistance Trooper relicked. So then these three are going to complete that team: Poe, Resistance Pilot, and Rey. Poe, we were always using him with speed and potency before to get ahead, to get the explosives out, but relicked, his unique is when every time he resists a debuff, he gets 7% or 7.5% health. And he's also a tank, and he's going to be bouncing back taunt to him and Finn. You're going to want to mod him differently. You're probably going to want to mod him health, potency, and tenacity. Maybe even leave the potency mods off, because he gets a 20% potency boost with his Gear 13 final piece. So, everyone's all ticked off about that, but those three plus the first two, there's a team for GAC and TW. If you got them all relicked, there you go. Rey Jedi Training, likely going to go on with BB-8, the final Rey, and Hero Poe and Hero Finn. That'll probably make a team. Or since they say that Galactic Legends Rey is plug and play, maybe she's not going to have resistance synergies. Maybe she'll pop around all over the place. So these are going to be I think these are going to turn in the end into two decent teams. But what this has done is, after I set up my favorites, oh boy, I've basically taken all my first order off. This is going to be rough. It's going to take me a long time free to play. I'm not spending any money still. Just not doing it. I'm going to get these guys up. I only have Ray at gear 11 right now and a half, so I'll get her. And I'm working on Poe and Resistance Pilot. It's going to take a while, so you have to pretty much decide what do you want. What are you closer to? First Order or Resistance? Because, yeah, just focus on one, ladies and gentlemen, and forget about the rest. First Order ships are probably going to be awesome. I know, but I'm way farther away on my First Order than my Resistance. So that's where I find myself. General Hux and First Order Sith Trooper are farmable now, so now, yeah, I'm going after them. And get your Raddus today, guys. Don't burn down the barn yet. This is going to be okay. One thing is that people that are going to cracking out on all this, you're not going to be facing them in GAC anyway. And if you're in a guild where half the guild has these Galactic Legends tunes and you're not, maybe drop down a tier in guilds, and then you won't be facing these people in TW either. Your arena, well, that's another story. But this is going to be far, 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 far more restrictive than the gas event. And I know I only had one gas in my shard until we all had him, so I'm not too worried about my arena either. So I actually think it's kind of cool. It gives us something to work towards. You know, everyone's been saying there's nothing to do. Gear levels aren't content, okay, but you know, this is going to give us decent teams, and it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be fun. I'm going to like having this new Ray. I think it's going to be interesting, and I will get her. It's just going to take a while. They're drawing this way out. I prefer this to the Panic Farm. Like I remember Jedi Knight Revan, I think I dropped like $450 on character shards. That's the way it was back then. It was just buying those RNG packs. At least this way, you know, if you're still getting first in both your arenas, you're getting your crystals. You can just buy the gear pieces that you need to gear these people up as you get a surplus crystal income, and you'll get there eventually. The RNG is kind of taken out of it. Of course, you're going to be farming the shards, which you got to play RNG for that one, for the new characters, which are going to be required at the end, I do believe. I think the next tier is going to be BB-8 R2 and probably Holdo or Rose. And then the last tier is likely going to be the new Finn and Poe and the Raddus, is my guess. So pick a faction, guys, and go from there. Hope you enjoyed this. This was my first forum post video, but this is pretty important stuff. Yeah, Raddus unlocks today. This is going to be fun. I like this. This ship looks awesome for defense. Offense, it's well, you know, given its abilities, I don't think this ship you're going to need it at high star. Really, it's going to be more about your fleet, your ships, not the capital ship. So I'm still waiting on my Grand Arena opponent to finish his attack if he ever starts, so I can finish off that video. But I'll get this one up in the meantime, guys. Till next time.